Yemni jagat vilambu madhye Sheshatmano nija sukha anubhavu nirya Vigras matmanipita nidras Turye sito natu tamana gunascha yungse. Okay. Nasyedam atmani jagat vilambu madhye Sheshme nana nija sukha banu viniraya Yogena milita drigatma nipita nidras Turye sito natu tamana gunascha. Word to word translation. Meaning. Nayasya, yasya, throwing, idam, this, atmani, in your own self, jagat, cosmic manifestation created by you. Vilaya ambu madhye, in the casual ocean, in which everything is preserved, in the state of reserved energy. Say, you act as if sleeping. Atmana, by yourself. Nija, your own personal. Sukha anubhava, experiencing the state of spiritual bliss. Nirihaha, appearing to be doing nothing. Yogena, by the mystic power. Milita drik, the eyes appearing closed. Atma, by a manifestation of yourself. Nipita, prevented. Nidra, who sleeping. Turya, in the transcendental stage. Srita, keeping yourself. Na, not. Tu, but. Tamaha, the material condition of sleeping. Na, nor. Gunan, the material modes. Cha, and. Yungste, do you engage yourself in? Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, after the annihilation, the creative energy is kept in you. You appear to sleep with half-closed eyes. Actually, however, you do not sleep like an ordinary human being, for you are always in a transcendental stage, beyond the creation of material world, and you always feel transcendental bliss, as Karnodakashayi Vishnu. You thus remain in your transcendental status, not touching material objects. Although you appear to sleep, this sleeping is distinct from sleeping in ignorance. Is the translation written on the board? Yes. Can all of you see that? There, okay. We'll read the translation responsively. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, after the annihilation, the creative energy is kept in you. You appear to sleep with half-closed eyes. Actually, however, you do not sleep like an ordinary human being. For you are always in the transcendental stage, beyond the creation of the material world, and you always feel transcendental bliss. As Karnodakashayi Vishnu, you thus remain in your transcendental status, not touching material objects. Although you appear to sleep, this sleeping is distinct from the sleeping in ignorance. Purport. As explained clearly in Brahma Samhita 5.49, Ya karanava jalabhajate sma yoga nidram ananta jagadanta anta saroma kupaha adara shaktim avalambya param samurtim govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship the premier Lord Govinda, who lies down in the causal ocean in his plenary portion as Mahavishnu, with all the universes generating from the pores of hair on his transcendental body, and who accepts the mystic slumber of eternity. The Adi Purusha, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Govinda, expands himself as Mahavishnu. After the annihilation of this cosmic manifestation, he keeps himself in transcendental bliss. The word Yoga Nidram is used in reference to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should understand that this nidra or sleep is not like our nidra in the mode of ignorance. The Lord is always situated in transcend. He is Satchitananda, eternally in bliss, and thus is not disturbed by sleep like ordinary human beings. It should be understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is in transcendental bliss in all stages. Srila Madhavacharya concisely states that the Lord is Turya Sita, Turya Hitaha, always engaged in transcendence. In transcendence, there is no such thing as Jagadharana, Nidra, Susupti, wakefulness, sleep, and deep sleep. The practice of yoga is similar to the yoga nidra of Mahavishnu. Yogis are advised to keep their eyes half closed, but this state is not at all one of the sleep. This state is not at all one of the sleep, although imitation yogis, especially in the modern age, manifest that so-called yoga by sleeping. In the Shastra, yoga is described as Dhyanavasita, a state of full meditation, but this meditation upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Dhyanavasista Sad Gatena Manasa. The mind should always be situated at the lotus feet of the Lord. Yoga practice does not mean sleeping. The mind should always be actively fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord. Then one's practice of yoga will be successful. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur unmilitam ena tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadatisva Padantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu-Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So once again, translation. This cosmic manifestation of the material world is also your body. What am I doing? I've gone to 33. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, after the annihilation of the creative energy is kept in you, you appear to sleep with half-closed eyes. Actually, however, you do not sleep like an ordinary human being, for you are always in the transcendental stage beyond the creation of material world, and you always feel transcendental bliss. As Karanakachai Vishnu, you thus remain in your transcendental status, not touching material objects. Although you appear to sleep, this sleeping is distinct from the sleep in ignorance. So, what's happening here? We'll put the verse. So what's happening here? We put the verse into the context. Huh? So what's happening here? Following the order of Lord Brahma, Prahlad Maharaj started pacifying the Lord from text number 8 onwards. Because Narasingha Bhagavan was very, very, very angry after killing Hiranyakashipu. His anger is still not gone. So, Brahma said, Prahlad, the Lord came for you, you go and pacify. So, Prahlad is offering a series of prayers to Lord Narasimhadev, yeah? Starting from text 8. But what we do is, we just read a couple of texts, verses before. So, this is 32, we'll see 30, 31, 32, which is talking about the material cosmos. Quickly. So in 30, Prahlad Maharaj says, in gist, he says, whatever exists externally or internally is all you alone. You are everything. Internally, externally, everything is yours. So what does it mean by that? This is also Krishna. This is also Krishna. This is also Krishna. That is also Krishna. Yeah? How do we understand that? The Lord and His energy is spread everywhere. Energy. Srila Prabhupada gives the example, right? He says, a big businessman, he may be in India, but he has got business everywhere. Singapore, New York, London, everywhere he has got business. So he's extending, his energy is extending. He can give a call to the Singapore office and say, what do you think, can you send me a flight? Or can you book a ticket to, USA or something? He can do. Or he can call the USA office and say, please transfer, $10,000 immediately. Anything he can do. Because it's all his energy. His energies are spread, okay? He is not Singapore. He is not USA. But his energies are spread everywhere. Yeah? So like that, all the energies are coming from Krishna. Because he is a person. Govindam Adi Purisham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma is saying, he is a person, eternal person. From him all the energies are coming. Spiritual energy, material energy. All energies. Tataksha Sakti, we are the part and parcel of Krishna. Our marginal energy. Everything, all the energies are coming from Krishna. So that is how we understand. Then, in verse 31, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, entire cosmic creation is caused by you and it is an effect of your energy. So everything is cause and effect. Whatever is there, it's either your energy or it's a cause and effect. So he's talking that in 31. And in 32, he's saying, in his transcendental sleep, you create the material cosmos, but you are beyond that. So what we do today is, we will dwell more on the sleeping aspect. Yeah? The Lord is sleeping. Yes, we are also sleeping. So let us talk about more into the sleeping, dreaming state and all that. How do we understand our system in terms of sleep, dreams, etc. Okay? There's an opportunity for us to know. There are a lot of things, so we will study that. To start with, the state of yoga nidra of the Lord is described in this verse. Okay? Yoga nidra. When Lord sleeps, it's not nidra, it's yoga nidra. Transcendental meditation in transcendence. Why? Because the Lord is always situated in transcendence, beyond the three modes. So therefore, whatever he does is beyond the three modes, because he's situated in that energy. And therefore, his sleep is a pastime where he enjoys internally. As Mahavishnu, Karnataka Shai Vishnu, it is said that when he breathes out, innumerable universes are coming from the pores of his skin. When he breathes out, when he inhales, all the universes are annihilated, over. So this is the power of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Mahavishnu is an incarnation, or it's incarnation of Krishna, expansion of Krishna. Then imagine how powerful Krishna should be. So, okay, now we should not think that our sleep is yoga nidra. Okay, what is our sleep? Our sleep is in ignorance because of our conditioning. Okay, and therefore we are in the mode of ignorance when we sleep. But Krishna is in the mode of transcendence. Because what happens, why we are saying is, when we forget, what happens? We are in distress. But when Krishna forgets his position, that is enjoyment. Because Yoga Maya takes over, and that's the enjoyment for the Lord. But when we forget our position, what happens? We are caught by the Maya and we have to suffer. So, in Upanishads and Bhagavatam, there are 4 stages of consciousness explained. Many times you can see Bhagavatam speakers talking about the 4 states of consciousness. We will see that. We'll try to understand a little bit deeper. The first state is known as Jagrata, that is awakened state. We will go a little bit in deeper as we go. Jagrata means awakened state, like all of us. We hope that all of you are awake, right? No one is sleeping. No. So we are in a Jagrata, awakened state. The next state is Swapna, dreaming. Yeah, that's second stage. The third one is Susupti. And the fourth one is Surya. So in the Swapna stage, it is dreaming state. And in the Susupti state, the third stage, it is deep sleep and no dreams. In the Swapna, you dream, because it's Swapna means dreaming. In the Surya state, it is not non-material or completely spiritual, transcendence, Surya. Vaishnava-Acharya says, or Vaishnava-Acharyas, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, all they say, there is one more state in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya that is known as Turiya Titata, where Srila Prabhupada also mentions here in the 32. Where does he mention? Where, Prabhu? Turiya Sitata. That means transcendental. That is beyond the 4 stages. Because normally in Upanishad and Bhagavatam it talks about the 4 stages only, which you are going to see. But the 5th stage is the Gaudiya Parampara, where, what does it mean? Turiya Sitata means loving exchange between Krishna and his devotees. That other scriptures don't talk, only Vaishnava-acharyas talk. Okay? That is what is prema bhakti, the love that's been spoken in our bhakti scriptures. Okay, we'll try to understand one by one. In the Jagartha awakened state, what happens? We are talking with respect to us. We are not talking with respect to Krishna, because Krishna's sleep is yoga nidra, okay, in the transcendental stage, beyond the three modes. So Krishna is out of the picture, he is in his own spiritual energy. Now we will talk about the states, 4 states, in terms of material, 3 modes, okay. We are a spirit soul. We have got 2 bodies, yeah? The subtle body and the gross body. The subtle body comprises of mind, intelligence, false ego, whereas a gross body is made up of 8 physical elements. In the awakened stage, what happens is the soul permeates through the mind, through the body, and therefore we have got awareness. See? We can scratch, hear, see, talk, eat. Awareness is there. So this is known as Jagartha state, where the soul's consciousness comes through the mind and through the gross body, and we are in the awakened state. Okay? It's very clear. Whatever we do, we are doing now. That's awakened state. The next one is Swapna, which is dreaming stage. In that state, what happens is the soul's consciousness goes to the mind, but it doesn't go to the gross body. So the body is lying. So the soul and the mind, there is an interaction. So therefore we dream. So when we dream, the gross body is not affected. Only what is affected? What is mind? What body? Subtle body. So mind is affected. So subtle body is only affected. The gross body is not affected. Yeah. When you see in the dream, yeah, you may go to whichever country, whatever may be, maybe Russia, and someone may shoot you also. You wake up, but your body is still there. So the mind and the soul goes on a tour. So that is the Swapna stage. So what is happening with Susupti? In the deep sleep state, what happens? Where there is no dream, the soul withdraws and it is only with the soul. There is no energy or no consciousness going to the mind and the gross body. Right? Only the soul is existing. Because the subtle body and the gross body both are resting. Only the soul is there. And what happens? It is that stage we want to realize as a soul, because when we know that we are the soul, we can do our internal journey. That is, a soul can liaise or interact with the super soul. So this is a stage Surya, Susupti, apologies. So Susupti we are talking, which is deep sleep and there is no dream. And in that stage, the soul is only to itself. It is not interacting with the subtle body and the gross body. That is stage 3. Now the 4th stage is Turiya, where after realizing you are the soul takes an internal journey, where the soul is no longer looking outside for pleasure or for activity. What does the soul do? The soul does internally, looks at the Paramatma and it worships. And it connects and it does the service, or the relationship is established between the Jiva and the super soul. That is Turiya stage, which is beyond the 3 modes. And as I said earlier, Vaishnava-Acharya says that there is another stage, 5th state of consciousness, which is Turiya Sitata, which is a love between Jiva and Krishna, or Krishna and his devotees in the material world. Okay. Now, based on the above, where Swapna, dream, where deep sleep there is no dream, in Swapna there is dream and all that, what do you think? Is dream real or false? All of us have got dream, yeah? We should have gone dream. We should have gone dream by this time, isn't it? Yeah? All of us would have gone. Now, is dream real or it is false? What do you think?
False.
False.
Temporarily it's real.
Any other answer?
It's real while you're in it. It's real while you're in it. You're receiving it.
Prabhu, sorry, I'm not able to hear you properly.
It's real while doing it.
It is real while?
While doing it.
While you're in it.
Because dream is a kind of a desire, small dream.
Mm.
So, according to ISKCON, that is a desire, only we put it therefore it is dream or so dream is real. It's a kind of desire.
Temporarily it's real. Temporary.
Sukadeva Goswami. What is it? Bhakti Shastri administrator. All are big guys. Yeah.
The act of dreaming is true, but what is actually happening inside is false.
Okay. So summarizing all that, yes, every answer is correct. In one level, it is true. In one level, it's false. This is a typical ISKCON answer. In one level, it is true. In one level, it is false. So what do we mean by that? What we mean is, sorry, Prabhu.
It's like real and false.
Real and false. So, dream, when it comes to the subtle body, it is real. But when we talk in terms of gross body, it's not real, isn't it? As we said. See, when we are dreaming, say for example, tonight I'm dreaming. I'm going to Russia, and so as I'm going, someone shoots me. I've heard, I'm sweating. And when I wake up, my body is still in Australia. But my physical body, mind and soul gone to Russia. Correct? So what do we mean? In one way it is true because I'm sweating. But the soul and the mind have got the experience. But the gross body is still in Australia. Right? So in one level, when you look at the subtle body, yes, it's affected. Yeah, it is true. It is affected. But my gross body is not affected. Right? Because you've got two bodies, there is two phenomena. Yeah? That is how we understand. So in one sense, yes, it is true with related to subtle body. But it's not true because we are not affected, gross body. Yeah? That's how we understand. Okay. Now, whether we dream or not, there is something going on in the mind, but we may not remember. Yeah? Sometimes the soul remembers, as we as a soul, sometimes it doesn't remember. So it doesn't mean that all dreams we can remember. There are dreams which you forget. Soul forgets. Okay, just to let you know. But there are dreams which we remember. So from that, what we understand, that we are different from the body. Okay, because the experiencer is different to the experiences. Someone is experiencing when I'm sleeping. That means I'm different to the body. Okay. Now, sleep. We saw dream. What is sleep? Sleep is a function of the biological body. In chapter 18, Krishna says, Yantra Rudani Mayaya. That means the body is a machine. Yes? Do machine require rest or no? Can it run 24 hours? Needs rest. So, gross body needs some rest. And resting is required for us to recoup. Otherwise, we cannot function. You have to hang on for some time because more things are coming. Because sleep is also, Bhagavatam says, we are going to see where, that sleep is one of the characteristics of intelligence. We are going to see how. So, body is a machine and it has to be taken rest. Our founder, Srila Prabhupada took care of his body because the body is used in the service of Krishna. So we cannot neglect it. Yeah? We have to take importance. We have to take care of this body. So Prabhupada made it a point. Although in the initial stages, right, Prabhupada neglected his body due to various situations. Due to various situations, he could not take care of his body. Now once he became the Founder-Acharya and when ISKCON was established, then Srila Prabhupada made it a point that every day he will go for walking, regardless of the weather. You can see all morning walk. And when he went for the morning walk, of course, he was giving talks and information to his, advice to his disciples. So, walk was important. Walk is important. Srila Prabhupada taking care of his body by walking every day. And then he was also doing massage. Srila Prabhupada took care of his body. When Srila Prabhupada does massage, he doesn't want people to come interfere. He wants to be alone and then he wants to really, recoup. Because Srila Prabhupada, although he was sleeping only few hours, but massage, he wanted the massage every day like that. So, we see that the body has to be taken care. Whatever we use in the service of Krishna. For example, this mic also has to be taken care. We cannot throw the mic. Everything used in Krishna's service. Yeah? That's very important, spiritual. So therefore, when we use a body also in Krishna's service, the body also has to be taken care of. And also it is we are the servant of the Guru. So the body technically belongs to the Guru. So as a possession, as a gift given by the Guru, we have to take care of the body as well. So we should not have this, phenomena or this thinking that, I'm a pure devotee or whatever may be, I'm advanced devotee. No, body has to be taken. Uttama Adhikari was also taking care because anything, the point is, anything which is used in the service of Krishna has to be respected and it has to be maintained well. So that's the point. So, what do Krishna talks about sleep? Prabhu, can you get a Bhagavad Gita? What do Krishna talks about sleep? Krishna has touched all the points. Everything in Bhagavad Gita, it is there. It is for us to see. Everything is in Bhagavad Gita. We have to see where it is written. What Krishna talks about sleep. In which chapter Krishna is talking about sleep? Anyone remember? Recall? You think, did Krishna talk about sleep also in Bhagavad Gita? Huh? Prabhu, you have to speak louder. In which chapter? Earlier chapters. Come on. All of you know. Before I start, come on, one more chance. I took that verse, which is 16 and 17. In that particular chapter, verse number 16 and 17. Where is it? Chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga. I'm reading that English translation. All of you please listen. 2 verses Krishna is talking about. There is no possibility of one becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. This is the verdict of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we are all spirit soul, then why do Krishna talk about body? Yeah? He should have simply said, all of you, don't sleep. 24 hours chanting. Yeah? No. This one, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, after Krishna says that the yogi goes to the forest. So this is applicable even to the devotees in the forest. What to speak of people in the city? Even those who leave their home and go to the forest, for them it's applicable. Don't eat too little, Don't eat too much. Don't sleep too much. Don't sleep too little. Krishna is saying that. Okay? Now, not only that, one more verse is also telling. So it's very important phenomena, sleep. In the verse number 17 of the 6th chapter, the Lord is saying, he who is regulated in the habit of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So yoga system means what? What is yoga system? Balance. Regulation, balance. We have to balance, not too much, not too little. Balance. Why? Because if we sleep too little, we become crazy. If we sleep too much, we become lazy. So therefore, we have to draw a line. Very, very important. So, everyone needs, our body is different. Each of our body, we cannot imitate. Say, Prabhu may sleep only 2 hours. He is a yogi. But I need 7 hours sleep. Otherwise, my brain cannot function. We cannot imitate. Someone may eat, 80 kgs of prasadam. We cannot compete with them. Yeah? So, depending upon what you are, an individual soul. So, therefore, do not compare. When you compare in terms of devotional service, how much is chanting? But that's all you can compare. Nothing else we can compare. How much you are studying, how much you are chanting. Don't compare other material things. It's not worth it. Because everyone is different. Depending upon our body type, we have to follow a system. Because we know our body better. Krishna says in the 13th chapter that the body is a field of activity. Krishna is saying that. I am a soul, my body is a field of, I know, these fingers, doing that, eyes are seeing, field of activity. Chetragna, knower of the body, is a soul. Okay, so, Lord says that, okay. So in one sense, can we say that people who sleep less are transcendentalists, or transcendentalists sleep less? Can we say that? Not necessarily. Depends. Srila Prabhupada, fine, he was sleeping for a few hours. And of course, he's a Uttamadhikari. But it doesn't mean that all transcendentalists has to sleep only a few hours. No. Depending upon the body type. For example, I tell you a small scenario. Example, one of my friend, he came together with me when we migrated to Australia. Okay, many years back. We studied together, went to the same college. I came first. Then I sort of helped him out to come over here. But unfortunately, he's still not a devotee. Okay? Now, he kept on, he said, he called me Suri. Suri, I know that you're a devotee, but you are living in the material world. He talks all philosophy, okay? All mixed philosophy. Now, every 5 years, you should start buying an investment property. Every 5 years. I said, how can you buy? No, that is how the market says. That is how the trend is. So that whether you pay it or not, that's different. You have to buy and all that. I said, okay. Okay. Because I didn't want to say no to him. I said, okay. He got properties like that. He got about 5 properties now. Whenever we discuss, the first thing is I ask him is, hey, are you sleeping well? He said, no, that's my problem. He's sleeping only 2 hours or maximum 3 hours. Can you imagine? 3 hours. We know, I'll go a little bit, what you call deeper in asking questions and all that. Then I asked him, tell me what time do you sleep? He said, I'll hit the bed at 11 o'clock, hoping I'll sleep. I will not get sleep. 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. Then around 4:30 like that, I get some sleep. 5 o'clock I'll sleep. Then 5 to 7:30, Suri. This is the time I sleep. Now, I am asking you a question. Does it mean that he is a transcendentalist person? He is a transcendentalist? He is doing yoga because he's sleeping less hours? No. In anxiety, full of anxiety. What is going on in his mind is, the mind is so active that it does not want to stop. He thinks about one property. Oh, this property I have to paint. Or that property I have to do this one. This property, the tenants are vacating. The other property I have to bring tenants. What is this nonsense, And therefore, he is unable to sleep. Then he said, Suri, what about you? He said, for me, waking up is a problem. Someone has to wake me up. And then only I'll work. Alarm is all useless for me. He said, I only envy you that how can I ever get... I said, no problem, I got a solution. Chant. Chanting, that is different. But any other solution have you got? I said, no. I don't have. I've got only one solution. Chant. All your worries will go and then you will sleep. He is not listening. Such an adamant fellow. My close friend. What do you say for this? He's sleeping only 2 or 3 hours. And you know what? He wants to sleep. Imagine. See, if you don't have food, we feel more hungry. Correct, no? If you don't get something, you want it. The mind will be craving for it. Correct? If you don't have a car, whatever the, rev or something, then if you say, oh, I want it like that. So the craving is more when you don't have it. This guy, I'm telling you, really I'm telling you, he wants to sleep, but he cannot sleep. Every time he calls me, once in a fortnight or something we talk. Sometimes when I'm busy, I'll just keep, when I'm chanting or something, because he goes on and on. For him, his pleasure is talking to me. For me, that is not the case. My thing is something different. So I don't want to waste at least half an hour for the call. But sometimes I'll talk and put something. But he is unable to sleep. See, on one side, I sympathize with him. What can we do? He's saying, oh, I can't sleep. I wish I could sleep like you and all that. But on the other side, I am a little bit, feeling, why this guy is not following the advice? See, if you tell to your friends or someone gives a good advice, you will follow. But that also he doesn't want to do. So I said, oh, you suffer. That's it. I can't help it. Oh, like this, Every time, same conversation. Before he talks, hey, Sini, how did you sleep? Do you sleep well? He said, no. That's the answer. But still I'll ask him. No, I cannot sleep more than 3 hours. And it's affecting his body. He's a diabetic too. And therefore, see, no sleep, nothing. But still, he believes in the material side of things. He doesn't, I said, forget about it. Go and do some meditation. No. He wants MBBS or a doctor to give him a medicine and that has to cure. That will never happen. There is something beyond our control. There is something within our control. If you look for a problem which is beyond your control, then no doctor can do that, isn't it? You have to approach. That's why Krishna has made the system like that. There are certain things we have to approach Krishna. We have to go beyond. It's beyond our control. What can you do? As a tiny, insignificant jiva, what can you do? You can't do anything. You can talk big science. But actually, if you see, we are so insignificant. We have to go beyond a certain point to Krishna. That's our only solution to all the problems, unfortunately. Okay. So as I said, different bodies have got different capacities. So we have to consider the requirement of the body. Like eating also. Different people eat well. Eat different in a different way. So therefore, the body cannot be neglected. It should be used in the service of Krishna, and therefore it has to be taken care of. That's the point. When there is a reference in the Bhagavatam, we have to understand it the right perspective. Okay? So, now, next question comes. Because we're talking about sleep, right? You know how, when we sleep in the night, okay, we understand. Sleep, Krishna is saying, don't sleep too much, don't sleep too little. We understand that, yes, sleep is an important function of the body. And most of the people, I guess that we sleep in the night, isn't it? But there are some categories who sleep in the day sleeping. Is that okay? That's again I'm asking a question. So if night sleeping is allowed, other sleeping in the night, all of us sleep in the night. But there are some people who initially think, 4 o'clock today, afternoon, boring, what can I do? I don't want to do anything. Okay, let me go to bed and sleep. And it makes a habit. So every day they should sleep 1 hour. Day sleeping. Is that okay? What do you think, guys? Because you're talking about sleep and all that, we might as well talk about it. Yeah? Depends on the person. Prabhu?
Yes, some people work night shift, they have to sleep in the day.
But who asked them to work night shift? There's so many jobs in the day shift, right? That is nuisance.
Not everybody can
That is...
work in the day. You are forced to take jobs.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying. But we will talk about it in a minute. But
That's unfortunate for them.
You still need them to work because you always have emergencies to
see, emergency services, yes, I mean, you can put a tick there because, you're helping, doing service to others. But typically that night shift business is not at all good. I'm just saying, yeah, we will see that.
It also depends on each one's metabolism. Some people have good strength, some people have less, comparatively less strength. If they need a quick nap, whatever time.
Yeah, nap, 5 minutes, 10 minutes is okay, we can recover. But not as a habit. Every day I will sleep from 4 to 5, That is deteriorating actually.
So 1 hour sleep is alright because we get up early in the morning.
Okay. That you compensate, that is, okay, based on the service. And also,
After dinner, you can sleep 1 hour, then
yeah, you can compensate that sleep. That is okay. You did not sleep well, and therefore you compensate like that. But not as a practice, sleeping 2 hours every day, 3 to 5. Because I do not have work, I want to, just Melbourne weather, it's very nice to sleep. Yeah? Go into your quilt. That's it, you forget. You switch off the consciousness. Yeah? So,
I will sleep for Krishna, okay? Because like when you do pujari work, you got certain different time to do the service. So before you do the service, you take a rest.
you can go to rest. It is not that 10 o'clock only, 10:30 only I'll sleep. 11:30, 12:30 to 1:30, 2:30, 3:30 I should get up like that. You can go to bed at 8:30. People, they got to use a habit. Yeah? They go to bed at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow I have to get up Mangalarati, 10 o'clock. They go to 11 o'clock also and they don't get sleep because of the anxiety. And then they sleep only 2 hours. The next day they compensate. You can go make it a habit. Go to early to bed, early to rise, makes a person healthy, wealthy and wise. Proverb, English proverb. Yeah? It is not in Shastra. Englishmen have put this. Early to bed, early to rise, within brackets Mangalarati, makes a person healthy, wealthy and wise. Why? We are going to discuss an important reason. Why did he say that? Why you have to go to bed early? Why we should rise up early in the morning? Any thoughts on this? No. Okay. We'll talk about it. Our body is a product of matter. Yes? All of you agree? Our body is a product of matter, gross body. Okay? And again, it is a composition. 8 elements of material nature. Correct? It's a material nature given. So therefore, to the extent, I'm talking about the body. Okay? To the extent our body is in line with the nature, optimally our body will function better. For example, what I mean is, when the body is inclined with the material nature, then we will have a healthy lifestyle. Again, what I mean is, when the nature sleeps, the body sleeps. When the nature wakes up, you wake up. Then the body is in line with the nature's conditions and therefore you don't have diseases. When the sun goes down, that means it's inactiveness. So ideally, if you see, in the villages, Prabhu might know, yeah, some of you might know, your grandfather and all that, they go to bed at 7:30. In India, right? 7 o'clock sunset, 7:15, 7:30. And early morning, the sun will be there by 5 o'clock. They'll get up by 4:30. This is the ideal way, in line with the harmony with the nature. And therefore, body function will be optimal. They can pass urine, stool, everything. Now, someone is not able to pass stool. They take a tablet. Someone is not able to pass urine because of this irregularity with the nature. 3 modes of material nature is again Krishna's energy. You have to respect it and you have to follow in line with that. Yeah, you understand? That is why I said night shift is not good. When the sun is going, you are active. Doesn't make it. When the nature is sleeping, we sleep. That's why sleep is given to us. When the nature wakes up, morning time, you don't sleep too. When in the night shift, right? When everyone is awake, we have to do some activity in the field or whatever may be. At that time, you are going to bed. Nonsense, yeah. Jackal, yeah. That is jackal. Correct. This animal, they become animal then. Not respecting Krishna's nature. Everything we have to respect, okay? It is not that we have to be a human and look foolish. Everything we have to do properly, correctly. Okay? You understand the point? So we should be in line with the nature. We cannot say, I am a spiritual person, I've got nothing to do with the material nature. No, it is Lord's energy. So the body should be in line with the nature, the soul should be in line with Krishna. Then absolutely body, you don't have problems. That is what, before, we did not have problems with the cancer. Now all this nonsense you do, getting up.
Okay?
No problem. When did it stop, Prabhu? Now, because in one of the classes I spoke, it went off, and there was a story. Climax, everyone started asking me, what is happening to that story? What is happening? I said, next time. So, it's so important that we have to work in line with the nature. Very, very important. Okay. So, concluding, I said that sleep is considered as a characteristics of intelligence. That one in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 3.26.30, if you want to make a note. 3.26.30, where Kapila Muni is talking to his mother. Lord Kapila is talking. What does he talk? He says, sleep is a characteristics of intelligence. We are going to see that how. How do we understand that? Kavya Mataji, how do we understand that sleep is a characteristics of intelligence? Kapila Muni is saying that to Devahuti, to his mother. So I am asking a question to Mataji. How do we understand this? Good. For our level, yeah, for our level, as long as we are not advanced.
The mind is restless, then intelligent comes out. You have to understand or think of feeling or willing.
The intelligence has to control the mind. We are talking about intelligence now. Yeah, the intelligence is already sitting above the mind. So the intelligence job is to control the mind. Below, control. Like a super manager to operator. It has to control. So now the sleep you are saying, it's a function of the intelligence. So if you sleep, already the mind is controlled. That's what we are trying to understand. Anyway, let us try to analyze this, okay? Now, intelligence is subtle. And therefore, sleep is also subtle. Okay? It's not gross or anything. We cannot see, we can only experience that. Okay? It's a subtle. Now, how is sleep helping us to perceive higher intelligence? That means, what do you mean by higher intelligence? That is, sleep will help us to perceive that we are the soul. That's what we mean by higher intelligence. By sleeping, we understand that we are the soul. How do we know that? Okay. So what happens is, when we go to sleep, is we switch our consciousness and we rest. Yeah? Whatever worries are there that we do not realize, we'll forget all our worries. Even people who are having a lot of problems, pains in the body, by giving them injection, sleeping dose, they forget, and this pain is not known. Okay? So, pain is not known, so we forget the awareness of this outside world. We also lose awareness of our body, because the consciousness is switched off and we sleep. So, now, what happens at that time? Say, for example, we have a dream. Because swapna, it can still happen. The soul can still liars or still interact with the mind, and they can go for a outing, for a dream. When there is a dream, I go in the dream, I see lot of beautiful places, nice gardens and all that. I go to Paris and see all that. Yeah? When I'm seeing, my physical eyes are closed and asleep. You got the point? When I'm going outside on a dream, I can see that I'm lying on the bed, my eyes are closed and I'm fast asleep. But my mind and the subtle body, they goes on and sees a lot of roses and pictures and sceneries and all that. So, from that, what we infer is self-awareness. That I as a person, I'm able to aware. Yeah? I'm able to realize. I am not, therefore, my self-awareness is different to the body awareness. Because the body is sleeping. Sometimes we go on a plane or a bus or a train journey and the body is sleeping. We do not know. But we have dreams. Yeah? We go everywhere. But we can see the body is lying. So who is dreaming then? We, beyond the body. So self-awareness is there, body awareness is there. So that body awareness is not there, only self-awareness is there. So therefore, we are able to see the dream and we are able to think of the dream and we are able to realize, yes, I was lying as the body, I am able to dream. That means you have gone beyond your body. Makes sense or no? How when you are sleeping, when everything is there, how can you know that you had a dream? Unless you perceive, unless you think there is something higher than your body, isn't it? Higher than your mind or your subtle body and your gross body. There is something higher. You are able to see that and then able to relate. So therefore, in that way, we understand that, yes, we are different to the body during sleep. Now the other thing is, by analysis, our own analysis, we understand that every day night when we sleep, what we consider as a daily routine practice is not reality. It's not a permanent reality, but some other alternative reality. Because every day we do something and we go to bed and we forget that day. Next day starts. So what we consider as reality in our day-to-day life is not reality, but it's an alternative reality. There's something else other than reality. And the best way to find the correct highest reality is to follow the process of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Then you know the real reality. Did I make sense or it's confusing? So therefore, the sleep, which is like a temporary forgetfulness, or amnesia. We all go under amnesia when we sleep. We do not know who we are. Next day morning, when we wake up, it's a new day for us. We have forgotten about yesterday. Do you think of yesterday? Only when there is a situation. Someone asks you, what did you do last Saturday? Last Saturday, I went to the city. Otherwise, do you remember? Oh, last Saturday I went to city. Last Saturday, you will not keep on thinking of it. Okay? So sleep is like an amnesia where temporarily we forget all our miseries and we forget everything, and the next day we start our new life. And therefore, every day sleep we consider as reality in our life, which is not. So the real reality is the one which is given by the Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Yeah? Okay. That's what I wanted to say. And therefore, through this, we can realize that there is a higher reality. Our sleep every day gives us forgetfulness and we move on to the next day. Okay? And we know that from reality, or from our experience, that yesterday was not reality. Because it has gone. I thought something, and most of the things I thought did not happen. And today is one more thing, and we think today is real. No, this is also false. And sleep helps us to forget and move on to the next thing. So in that way, we can perceive that sleep tells us the temporary nature of things. So the permanent nature of things is some other reality where we have to adopt a system of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Okay? Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you very much for your attention. Although it is sleep, I was happy that no one slept. I was hoping that someone will sleep, because if you say pizza, 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 then you feel like eating. This is a normal tendency. Or if you say laddu, 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 you'll eat. But I said so many times, sleep, sleep, sleep. But all the devotees are so excellent, they kept their eyes wide open without sleeping. So it is very good. Thank you. We'll stop here. Any questions, comments, corrections, reflections, thoughts? Prabhu? No? Yes, Prabhu.
You say some people can't sleep. Why is that? Any reason?
You gave the answer only sometime back. Restlessness. So active.
There are other things also.
Yes, Prabhu, sure.
A friend is thinking about property. That's why
Active, yeah. Restless.
And some people are thinking about something else. They can't sleep.
Very important, Prabhu.
What are the causes for disturbing our sleep?
Causes means, see, the mind, Krishna explains in the 6th chapter that he gives a beautiful analogy. There is a wind, there is a lamp. Yeah? And there is a wind. When there is a wind, the lamp is, what happened? Shakes. But when there is no wind, it does not shake. So the wind is like a desire. When the desire goes into the mind is shaking like a lamp. You understand? When there is no desire, it is stable. So the next question is, you're going to ask, that means, do you think we should not have any desire in our mind? Is it possible? No. We cannot empty the mind of desire. So what is the best way? Again, an analogy. There is a cup. Yeah? There's an empty cup. Empty cup is always filled with air. So what I do, I take a powerful vacuum. I take all the air out for 20 minutes. And then after I take the vacuum unit, what happens to the cup? Is it filled with air or it is still vacuum? Air. Again, what I do, I take the very powerful vacuum machine. I take out all the air. And then I keep the cup. What happens? Same thing. Same thing with our mind, Prabhu. We cannot empty the thoughts, desires. So what's the best way? So the best way is what I do. I take the cup, simple. I fill up with water. The cup is completely with water. When there is a water, it displaces the air and there is no more air. Same thing Krishna is saying. The mind, fill it up with thoughts of Krishna. Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, devotees association. Look at Prabhu, Sukadeva Prabhu. All fill up with thoughts. Then what happens? No more stupid thoughts. Correct? So the best way to empty the cup is to fill up the water. So the best way to engage the mind is to fill up with Krishna's thoughts. And therefore, the mind will not think of material things. That is up to us to do. Otherwise, like my friend, only it will happen. Restlessness. Anything with Krishna, it will be peaceful. So therefore, Krishna gives a peaceful formula in chapter 4. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. You should know that Krishna is a supreme enjoyer. You should know that Krishna is a supreme controller. And then you should know that Krishna is a kind friend to everyone. If you do not know, you will suffer. Peace formula. Do we know that Krishna is a supreme controller? If Krishna is a supreme controller, what you will do? You behave yourself. You become a servant. Otherwise, you become the supreme controller. When someone is controlling you, you quiet. Keep quiet. And when you know that Krishna is a supreme enjoyer, do you want to enjoy? No. When you know that he is a kind friend, what you do? Like my friend talking to me, I will talk to Krishna by chanting. That's a solution. Peace formula. As long as you don't have this peace formula, we become peace. Okay. That's it, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Gantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ke, Nithai Gaura Premanandi.